Harlingen climate summary for yesterday, May 29, 2023. Yesterday's high temperature was 90 degrees. This high was 4 degrees below the normal high of 94. The record high is 101 degrees, which was set in 1922. Yesterday's low temperature was 71 degrees. This low was 2 degrees below the normal low of 73. The record low is 61 degrees, which was set in 1992. 0.02 inches of precipitation fell yesterday, which brings the monthly total to 6.39 inches. The total precipitation for the year now stands at 12.20 inches. Yesterday the maximum wind observed was 18 miles an hour from the east. The highest wind gust observed was 24 miles per hour from the east, which occurred at 4:39 p.m. The normal high temperature for today is 94 degrees, and the normal low is 73. Sunset today is at 8:18 p.m. Weather conditions across the region at 7 o'clock a.m. In Harlingen, clear, temperature 71 degrees. Calm. Bayview, fog, temperature 72 degrees. Calm. Brownsville, clear, temperature 73 degrees. North wind at 3. Matamoros, partly cloudy, temperature 70 degrees. North wind at 3. Reynosa, clear, temperature 68 degrees. Calm. Edinburgh, fog, temperature 69 degrees. Calm. McAllen, clear, temperature 70 degrees. Calm. At Zapata, the temperature 68 degrees. Northeast wind at 3 miles an hour. Pressure 29.87 inches, and steady. Hebronville, clear, temperature 67 degrees. Calm. Elsewhere across Texas at this hour, Laredo, clear, 70 degrees. Del Rio, mostly cloudy, 69 degrees. El Paso, partly cloudy, 80 degrees. Amarillo, clear, 63 degrees. At DFW Airport, mostly cloudy, 68 degrees. Houston, partly cloudy, 68 degrees. Austin, partly cloudy, 64 degrees. San Antonio, partly cloudy, 63 degrees. And in Corpus Christi, partly cloudy, 73 degrees. Now for the official National Weather Service forecast for Cameron and Willacy counties today. Mostly sunny. A chance of showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. Highs in the upper 80s. East winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Chance of rain 30%. Tonight, mostly clear. Lows in the lower 70s. East winds 5 to 10 miles an hour, becoming southeast after midnight. Wednesday, sunny. Highs in the upper 80s. East winds 10 to 15 miles an hour. Wednesday night, mostly clear. Lows in the lower 70s. Southeast winds 10 to 15 miles an hour. Thursday, sunny. Highs around 90. Southeast winds 10 to 15 miles an hour. Thursday night, mostly clear until midnight, then becoming partly cloudy. Lows in the mid-70s. Friday and Friday night, partly cloudy. Highs around 90. Lows in the mid-70s. Saturday, partly sunny. Highs around 90. Saturday night, a slight chance of thunderstorms until midnight. Mostly cloudy with a slight chance of showers. Lows in the mid-70s. Chance of rain 20%. Sunday, partly sunny. A slight chance of showers and thunderstorms in the morning, then a chance of showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon. Highs in the upper 80s. Chance of rain 30%. Sunday night, partly cloudy with a 20% chance of showers. Lows in the lower 70s. Monday, mostly sunny with a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms. Highs in the upper 80s. Chance of rain 20%. Here is the marine forecast for the following marine location, the coastal waters. Synopsis: generally favorable marine conditions are expected along the lower Texas coast through the week, with light to moderate onshore flow. Thunderstorm chances diminished late this afternoon. Winds and waves will be higher near any storms. Here is the marine forecast for the following marine locations: Laguna Madre from the port of Brownsville to the Arroyo, Colorado. Laguna Madre from the Arroyo, Colorado to 5 nautical miles north of Port Mansfield, Texas, and Laguna Madre from 5 nautical miles north of Port Mansfield to Baffin Bay, Texas. Today, southeast winds around 5 knots becoming northeast this afternoon. Smooth on the bay becoming light chop this afternoon. A slight chance of showers and thunderstorms. Tonight, east winds 5 to 10 knots becoming southeast after midnight. Light chop on the bay becoming smooth after midnight. Wednesday, southeast winds 5 to 10 knots becoming east 10 to 15 knots in the afternoon. Light chop on the bay becoming a moderate chop in the afternoon. Wednesday night, east winds 10 to 15 knots becoming southeast 5 to 10 knots after midnight. A moderate chop on the bay becoming light chop after midnight. Thursday, southeast winds 5 to 10 knots increasing to 10 to 15 knots in the afternoon. Light chop on the bay becoming a moderate chop in the afternoon. Thursday night, southeast winds 10 to 15 knots. A moderate chop on the bay. Friday, southeast winds 10 to 15 knots. A moderate chop on the bay. Friday night, southeast winds 10 to 15 knots. A moderate chop on the bay. Saturday, southeast winds 10 to 15 knots. A moderate chop on the bay. Saturday night, southeast winds 10 to 15 knots. A moderate chop on the bay. A slight chance of showers and thunderstorms. Winds and waves higher and near thunderstorms. Here is the marine forecast for the following marine locations: coastal waters from Port Mansfield, Texas to Rio Grande out 20 nautical miles, and coastal waters from Baffin Bay to Port Mansfield, Texas out 20 nautical miles. Today, southeast winds around 5 knots becoming northeast this afternoon. Seas 1 to 2 feet. A slight chance of showers and thunderstorms. Tonight, east winds 5 to 10 knots becoming southeast after midnight. Seas 2 to 3 feet. Wednesday, east winds 5 to 10 knots. Seas 1 to 2 feet. Wednesday night, southeast winds 10 to 15 knots. Seas 2 to 3 feet. Thursday, southeast winds 10 to 15 knots. Seas 2 to 3 feet. Thursday night, southeast winds 10 to 15 knots. Seas 2 to 4 feet. Friday, southeast winds 10 to 15 knots. Seas 2 to 4 feet. Friday night, southeast winds 10 to 15 knots. Seas 3 to 4 feet. Saturday, southeast winds around 10 knots. Seas 3 to 4 feet. Saturday night, southeast winds 10 to 15 knots. Seas 3 to 4 feet. A slight chance of showers and thunderstorms after midnight. Winds and seas higher and near thunderstorms. Here is the marine forecast for the following marine locations: waters from Port Mansfield, Texas to Rio Grande extending from 20 nautical miles to 60 nautical miles, and waters from Baffin Bay to Port Mansfield extending from 20 to 60 nautical miles. Today, southeast winds around 5 knots becoming northeast this afternoon. Seas 1 to 2 feet. A chance of showers and thunderstorms, mainly this morning. Tonight, east winds 5 to 10 knots. Seas 2 to 3 feet. Wednesday, east winds 5 to 10 knots. Seas 1 to 2 feet. Wednesday night, southeast winds 10 to 15 knots. Seas 2 to 3 feet. Thursday, southeast winds 5 to 10 knots. Seas 2 to 4 feet. Thursday night, southeast winds 10 to 15 knots. Seas 3 to 4 feet. Friday, southeast winds around 10 knots. Seas 3 to 4 feet. Friday night, southeast winds 10 to 15 knots. Seas 3 to 4 feet. Saturday, southeast winds around 10 knots. Seas 3 to 4 feet. Saturday night, southeast winds around 10 knots. Seas 3 to 4 feet. Winds and seas higher and near thunderstorms. The hazardous weather outlook for portions of deep South Texas. For today and tonight, no hazardous weather is expected at this time. The extended outlook for the period Wednesday through Monday, an elevated risk of rip currents is possible at the beaches of South Padre Island and at Boca Chica Beach Thursday and Friday. Spotter information statement. Skywarn spotter activation will not be needed. The hazardous weather outlook for portions of the Gulf of Mexico and the Laguna Madre. For today and tonight, no hazardous weather is expected at this time. The extended outlook for the period Wednesday through Monday, no hazardous weather is expected at this time. Spotter information statement. Skywarn spotter activation will not be needed. Thank you for listening to Weather Radio, broadcasting to the Rio Grande Valley from your National Weather Service in Brownsville. Here's a look at the latest available marine conditions at 7 o'clock a.m. 35 miles northeast of Port Mansfield, north wind at 2 knots. Air temperature 80 degrees, Gulf water temperature 81 degrees. Wave heights 2 feet, with a period of 5 seconds. 200 miles east of Port Isabel, north wind at 2 knots. Air temperature 79 degrees, Gulf water temperature 81 degrees. Wave heights 2 feet, with a period of 6 seconds. Predicted tides for the South Padre Island jetties. Today, a low at 6:08 a.m. A high at 11:20 a.m. Tonight, a low at 6:46 p.m. Wednesday, a high at 2:54 a.m. A low at 7:56 a.m. A high at 10:31 a.m. A low at 7:09 p.m. Water temperatures in the bay near Port Isabel, 84 degrees. In the surf at South Padre Island, 83 degrees. Sunrise today at 6:38 a.m. Sunset today at 8:16 p.m. The tropical weather outlook. For the North Atlantic, Caribbean Sea and the Gulf of Mexico, tropical cyclone formation is not expected during the next 7 days. Here's a look at your 7:00 a.m. weather conditions. At the International Airport in Brownsville, under clear skies, the temperature was 73 degrees, dew point 71, making the relative humidity 93%. Winds were from the north at 3 miles an hour. The pressure was 29.84 and steady. And at the Valley International Airport in Harlingen, under clear skies, the temperature was 71 degrees, dew point 71, making the relative humidity 100%. Winds were from the calm. The pressure was 29.84 and steady. The Brownsville climate summary for yesterday, May 29, 2023. Yesterday's high temperature of 91 degrees occurred at 2:06 p.m. This high was 2 degrees below the normal high of 93. The record high is 98 degrees, which was set in 1922. Yesterday's low temperature of 75 degrees occurred at 4:52 a.m. This low was 1 degree below the normal low of 76. The record low is 60 degrees, which was set in 1901. A trace of precipitation fell yesterday, which brings the monthly total to 4.79 inches. The total precipitation for the year now stands at 11.53 inches. Yesterday, the maximum wind observed was 16 miles an hour from the east. The highest wind gust observed was 24 miles per hour from the southeast, which occurred at 1:55 p.m. The normal high temperature for today is 93 degrees, and the normal low is 76. Sunset today is at 8:16 p.m. The Harlingen climate summary for yesterday, May 29, 2023.